Right, just a short one, my friends. No, I'm not regressing back to childhood, but I have bought some risk games. Now, why would I buy risk games? Well, it's because I wanted the miniatures that were inside them. I looked at various versions that were available. The later ones do have Napoleonic figures, but they only have 5 armies. There's no white Prussians, and I believe the yellow, the Spanish, have disappeared, and the 5th one, what they've replaced it with, is some horrific lilac type colour, nothing to do with any army that would have taken the field. So I want this to be an easy, cheap project. I don't want us to do any painting whatsoever. I want to use the figures as is, just put them on bases and play the game. And so on that well-known auction site, I managed to pick up 5 copies of this particular version of the game. Yes, they were in trichomes, but I can live with that. At least there was the full 6 armies in the box. Now, if I come down here, try not to knock my phone off because it's on charge. You can see we've got the Spanish there. We've got in a dark grey the Prussians. Do you know, you try and make a picking video. Back in a minute. Right, try and continue. I forgot where I was. We've got the blue for the French. We've got a grey for the Prussians. We've got enough white for the Austrians. Green for the Russians. And of course red for the British. The light's not great, I'm sorry, it's artificial light. The weather's obviously rubbish and dark outside. So that's the version of the game. Now, what I propose to do is, now the infantry, which one's a good one? That one, the white one's the Prussians. The infantry, in each box, you get 40. So that'll allow me, using 25mm bases, to base 4 to a base. So I'll have 10 bases of infantry for each army in the box. There's 12 cavalry. Again, I shall base them on 25mm squares with 2 to a base. That'll give me 6 bases. And I think it's 8 cannon, and they'll all be on a single base, 25mm base. And that's for all 6 nations. Now, I've ordered 5 boxes. I've actually got a second one here that arrived yesterday. So that's going to give me a total of, I'm trying to do this without shaking, resting on the table, 200 infantry, that's 50 bases of infantry. What I say, 12, so it's going to be, 12, 24, 60 cavalry, that's 30 bases, although I'll probably have to use 3 or 4 cavalry figures as generals, but that's fine. And about 40 artillery pieces, all told, for each army. So that's 6 pretty substantial armies from the risk game. And of course, they've got trichomes on, that don't matter. They'll still get used for commands and colours. Or any other things. I could use them for the American Civil War, French Indian War, the 7 Years' War. Could use them for Marlborough War, the Spanish Succession. You know, you can use them for anything. And they will get used for Napoleonics, even though they are wearing the wrong hats. Don't really bother. And I don't have to paint anything. I'm not going to paint anything. They're already in the colours. These yellow ones, for instance, War, the Spanish Succession, could be Dutch. No problem. And that's about it, really. So it's a cheap way of doing it. The 5 games, including postage, cost me just under £50, 50 British pounds. And that gives me all those figures that I've just told you, just listed off, for just under £50. Now I'm going to need to get some, I could go cheapskate and use cardboard bases, but they never last 5 minutes, so I'll go to war bases and I shall get, I think it's 600 bases I need. I did work it out, anyway it'll come to £42 British pounds, and then with postage, all in all, the figures and the bases, is going to cost me about £100 for 6 complete, pretty sizable armies. All done on the cheap, and possibly, apart from painting the bases green, and I'm not even sure I'm going to do that, but I may do. I don't have to lift the paintbrush. All I have to do is a lot of very careful sticking to MDF bases, and then voila, I have got 6 armies ready for battle. So I'll let you know what's happening. They say there's 3 more boxes in the post. They have all been posted, and once they arrive, I shall wait while after the new year now to order the war bases, because the post at the moment is terrible with all the, obviously with the Christmas rush you would expect. So I'll let that all die down, and probably mid-January I'll order the bases from war bases and get the project complete. And once I make an effort on it and make a start on it, I'll show you the finished items. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Bye for now.